I'm just having a little fun with my pumpkin here. It's the last day that I can play with this thing, and I have been enjoying it. I love this thing. You know, some people grow pumpkins to eat. Some people grow them for jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. I've just been bouncing this thing like a little baby for the last 2 weeks. By the way, everybody, welcome to the Voodoo Garden. My name is Ray, and I am the host of this nonsense I like to call the Voodoo Garden. And this is my lovely co-host. Yes, this is my Dill Atlantic Giant pumpkin. Now, for those of you who don't know what a Dill Atlantic Giant is, let me tell you what a Dill Atlantic Giant is not. This is not a Dill Atlantic Giant. It's a Dill Atlantic Midget is what it is. I got some seeds for one of the world's largest pumpkins. It's a variety of the world's largest pumpkins. People grow these things, you know, Cinderella size. And I got seeds for one of those, and I grew it outside. I thought, ooh, I'm going to have a pumpkin as big as my house. Well, I have a pumpkin as big as a mouse here. And it's just that it turned out really weird. I mean, it wouldn't be me if something didn't go wrong. Now, to have a little bit of fun at this pumpkin's expense, I decided to throw a contest, you know, for a good send-off for this pumpkin before it becomes chicken and goat food. And what I wanted to do, and I posted this in the last program, is I'm going to have a contest. And I wanted to give you something that was really valuable, that I think is valuable to you and is valuable to me. And I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to send gift certificates or seeds or anything like that. Those are valuable, but I wanted to give something that was kind of from the heart. And so what I decided is the compost that I'm making outside, the stuff that I use in here. What more appropriate thing to give you as a gift than something that I find very valuable and something that you can use in your house as well? So what I did was I make compost outside out of chicken manure, wood shavings, straw, grass, leaves, dandelions, all kinds of stuff. I mow my lawn, I rake up the leaves, I rake out the coop, I do all this stuff, and I make this great compost. I make very good compost. Makes my garden outside work well. What I do with that is some of it I bake off to kill all of the harmful insects and eggs and stuff like that. Then I dehydrate it. That way it keeps all the moisture out so the funky stuff doesn't start growing in there while it's being stored in here. Then I powderize it, and I use a food processor for that. And what that does is it makes it into the smallest pieces possible, which means that the nutrients can come out of it a lot faster and it dissolves into the water a lot easier. Now, I use that for compost tea for my indoor plants. That's the only thing, I gotta keep that finger down. That's the only thing that feeds these plants in this room is compost tea. So whatever you see here is being fed by the stuff that I make outside. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to offer you something that I use in here. That's what I did. In the last episode, I said, you know what? Guess how many seeds are in this little itty-bitty pumpkin, and whoever comes the closest without going over the amount of seeds is going to win. And I showed you a little baggie, and it had a quart of dehydrated compost. And after the program, I thought, this looks like a little bit more than a quart. So what I did was I measured it. Turns out it was a quart and a half. It's 6 cups, not 4 cups. 6 cups. Ray can count. 6 cups of my dehydrated compost, so you get 50% more. Now, 2 tablespoons per gallon of water is how that works out. 2 level tablespoons of that dry compost makes a gallon of compost tea. So you can imagine how much compost tea you're going to get out of your gift. And so that's going to be the prize. I'm going to send it to you, no charge, absolutely free from me to you. Then I decided, since this is a Voodoo Garden, let's do something a little bit different, because the Voodoo Garden is known for different things. A second prize is being offered, and that's for whoever guesses the right amount of seeds but goes over the actual amount of seeds. So 2 people are going to win this contest. Now that I got all the fine print out of there, I'm talking like an auctioneer, aren't I? Yep. Anyway, now that we have the fine print out of there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you up here so that you can see that there's been no funny business, no cutting into this, no setting up of this. We're going to cut this open, and then I'm going to count the seeds. I'm not going to sit here and go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut the video, count the seeds, get a grand total. Then I'm going to post it right here on the video. And then after this video is over, I'm going to end the program. I'm going to go upstairs, and so many people put guesses there. It's going to take me all day. I'm going to go through all the comments from the last program, and I'm going to look for the 2 winners. I'm going to find you. Then I'm going to send you a private message. This is the important part. I'm going to send you a private message on YouTube. And I'm going to tell you that you are the winner and ask you to send me your name and mailing address. I'm not going to keep your information. I'm just going to use it to send you your compost and then delete everything, and nobody knows where you live, okay? I'm going to do that, send you that, but I'm going to post. I think I just spit on the pumpkin. That's kind of rude. Anyway, I'm going to post the 2 winners right here at the end of the video. Don't fast forward to the end of the video. That's not fair. I took a lot of time to produce this. I want you to watch this, okay? And then at the end, you'll find out if you're the winner. Sounds good? All right, let's get down to business. I'm going to put this over here, have a seat right here, and let's get to cutting. And this is my pumpkin. Yes, I wrote my name on the Praxis 55712 pumpkin. I did that because I wanted to write it when it was small and then watch the names expand and get all funky as it got huge. Well, it never got huge. This is my pumpkin, and as you can see, it's never been cut into. It's got a really ugly looking backside to it, but that's where it sat on the ground. They usually tend to look like a big blob of melted butter as they get huge, and this one started to look like that. Okay, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to take my knife and do my very best. Actually, you know what? Since I'm not going to be using this as a jack-o'-lantern, I'm just going to use it as goat and chicken food. I'll just slice it any old way. It really doesn't matter. You know, I'm hoping that this is not rotten inside. I never thought about that. Yeah, so you might want to plug your nose. I don't know what this is going to be like. And you know, I love the smell of raw pumpkin. I don't eat raw pumpkin, but I just love the smell. It reminds me of when I was a kid and we would carve pumpkins. Oh, it smells like 2nd grade. Oh, yep, smells like 2nd grade. And the reason I say that is because in 2nd grade, we carved pumpkins. We carved a pumpkin in school. And it was fun. It was fun. Oh, I like this. It smells like a gourd. Yeah, well, you know, I think pumpkin is a gourd. Okay, well, there's a couple seeds here. 1, 2. Yes, 2. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't get excited. I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and gut this from head to toe. Now, boys and girls, if you're going to be cutting a pumpkin up, make sure your parents are there so that they get you to the hospital if you're using a sharp knife and you have a mistake. Don't be doing this all by yourself. All right? I am not a pro, so don't do exactly what I do. You know, there are more seeds than I thought. And one of the things about these pumpkins that I'm noticing is that it's real pithy and dry in here, more so than sugar pumpkins. I normally grow sugar pumpkins and I use those for pumpkin pie. They're delicious. These kind of pumpkins, Dill Atlantic, and the ones that you get for jack-o'-lanterns, some people do make pies out of those. But the thing about the sugar pumpkins is they have a higher sugar content and they're sweeter. And they're absolutely delicious for making pies. Oh, I almost missed this. Okay, this is something. Look, does this count as a seed or does it not count as a seed? Because it germinated inside the pumpkin. Okay, I got to get this for a screenshot. Oh, wow. I don't know what to think about this. I actually have a pumpkin plant growing inside my pumpkin. Oh, I wonder if that's ever happened to anybody. Okay, well, always something new here, huh? Ah, this is nice. Okay, you guys, sit over here and behave. I got to talk to my friends. Welcome back. Wasn't that quick? Hey, the miracle of editing a video and washing your hands between takes. Okay, I've got it. Here are the seeds. I'm not going to waste any time. Here are the seeds, and this is how I counted them up. One person actually asked me a question, and that was a good question, by the way, whoever you were. He asked me, are you going to count all the seeds? Are you going to count just the viable seeds, or are you going to count all the seeds? And I thought about it for a minute, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to count every single seed. If it's a seed shaped like a seed or even a folded seed, it got counted. So I got itty bitty seeds, big seeds, fat seeds, skinny seeds, all different kinds of seeds in here. My total is 171 seeds. So whoever came closest without going over and also with going over, those two people are the winners. I'm going to post it at the end of this program. And here are the scooped out shells of the pumpkin. I really had a blast. I don't know, it's just a little thing for me. Carving up pumpkins make me happy. I like the simple things in life. And this was a fun day. And I'm going to sniff these for a while, but then I'm going to throw it in the microwave because I don't bake my pumpkins to feed to the animals. I just throw them in the microwave. It's a heck of a lot quicker for me. And the animals do not like raw pumpkin. They just don't. The chickens won't touch it. The goats won't touch it. It'll just sit in there and rot. So what I do is I microwave it till it gets soft, let it cool down, toss it in there. The chickens will eat all of the inner stuff, and then the goats eat the skins. The goats don't like the stuff. So the chickens and the goats, they figure it out. Now also, one last thing I want to mention when I was counting up the seeds. This is just a weird little, I had to be the referee in this. This little booger that I got out of here that was growing, this one was actually growing in the pumpkin. So I don't really consider that a seed because this is how I figured it out. If you got roots, you're no longer a seed, you're a plant. It's a seed until the roots make the appearance. And then once it can walk on its own, it's a plant. So I didn't count this one, otherwise there would have been 172. So there were only 171. Congratulations to the winner. And I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed having this contest, and I am going to get I'm going to send you that message, you two that won, and get you your stuff as soon as I get your information. And I want to thank everybody for joining me on this. I really do. I really did have a good time. And since this is a bizarre little thing, I thought, you know what? I'm going to grow this in the Voodoo Garden because if it can grow inside a pumpkin, it really does want to live. And I'm going to give it every opportunity. Don't know if it's going to grow right. Don't know if it's going to produce pumpkins. And in fact, I really don't care. As long as it's having a good time, that's all that matters to me. And you never know, it might. In the Voodoo Garden, all things are possible. As I like to say at the end of my programs, all things are possible in the Voodoo Garden. And keep that in mind when you're growing indoors. Give it your best shot. Have fun. And until next time, this is Ray and his friends. Talk to you soon.